Hello there, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. This is the night, Tuesdays, 8 o'clock, when we team up with Planet Cruise. And Planet Cruise is the preferred agent for many of the cruise lines around the world. And tonight, I dare say, we have a holiday for everyone. I was lucky enough to cruise for 18 years myself, working, not on holiday, but in those 18 years I can promise you lots of great experiences and lots of the itineraries that we've got tonight we'll be able to share with you. So we've got a little bit of everything for everyone. In fact, rather than me tell you, let me introduce you to our cruise expert, because we've got Justin with us this evening. He's also spent many years on the ships. You're a P&O boy, if I remember rightly.
Yes, P&O for 6 years.
Woohoo!
Yeah, as you can tell, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
But no,
and you just got back from France, only just, I heard.
Only just, yeah. I'm very lucky that, you know, I do have a dual role. It's a bit like Batman, that I travel the world. And, yeah, just been over to the States, did some time in Canada, in New York, which is fantastic. All of it research, of course. And then over in France as well. So,
and
yeah,
I heard that you only just made it back. Like the flights got delayed or something?
Let's just say that working in the travel industry and knowing the right people, yeah, we managed to get back. We had our flight cancelled. But that's a good point that sometimes you've got to have the right contacts. You've got to have the right company working for you as a customer.
Of course.
And Planet Cruise definitely does that.
Great. And am I right in saying that tonight we can get a cruise, because a lot of people go, oh, I couldn't afford a cruise, from as little as £85 per person per night? Yeah,
and well, tonight's show, I don't know whether to put it back as like a comeback tour for me, but we've got a brand new product that I'll tell you about in a couple of seconds' time, which is so unique. It's amazing. But we've got an all-inclusive Caribbean cruise, which is rare as hen's teeth, because they're usually a long cruise. Great drinks package on there.
Great.
We've also got a brand new ship that we're going to be kicking off with tonight. She doesn't actually set sail until the end of the year, so if you want to go on to a maiden voyage or maiden season, then stay tuned for that one.
Great. And I'm being told you've got some shout-outs to do.
Yes. Before I tell you about tonight's feature of a complete unique product, we've never done anything like this before in Europe. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a throwback. So there's a very good friend of mine who
That's you on
recently,
the left?
yeah, I know, this is going back, P&O retro uniform. This was a little bit of a memory.
The P&O badge.
Yeah.
The P&O badge, yeah.
The guy to the right-hand side in the blue shirt, that was actually the uniform. I'm not wearing it tonight, it's just coincidence, but that's James. And
you've still got your shirt from 20 years ago.
He was clearing out some stuff and he found some old photos, and this was actually taken on board, I believe it was Oriana. We had a tug-of-war competition.
Oh, yeah?
And it was a rarity that the entertainment team won. It was usually the engineers that won, but we managed to win. So I just wanted to give a little bit of a shout-out to James down in Southampton tonight, watching with his mum. So
now,
hello to you both.
You just mentioned, Justin, that we've got a brand new ship that's not been to sea yet. So what line was that?
Well, I'm going to hold back on that one.
Oh.
I've got a brand new product for you, something completely unique.
Oh, yeah?
I've got to tell you about this. It is, if you love railways and you love river cruising, we've got the perfect combination. I'm calling it River Rail or Rail and Sail, because tonight we've got a brand new product for you, and this is great because it's the best of both worlds. You've got scenic views, you've got intimate, just stay tuned and you'll find out.
Well, for those of you who go, oh, that sounds great, that's going to be our second trip, so stay with us. Now, for those of you at any point during the show that feel like, oh, this is for me, this is the great deal, this is the right price, that's the part of the world I want to go to, there's the number to call. Even easier, go to the website, planetcruise.com. If you prefer to go to Ideal World, you can just put the word Planet Cruise into our search engine, and that'll take you straight through to this as well. So there's all sorts of ways to get there. And the nice thing is you can go through to those television deals that you're looking at right now, and you can see a little later we are going to be talking about Costa Cruises, we are going to be talking about river cruises, we've got special deals for singles, and we're going to be talking about Holland America, where I personally had some of the best food ever at sea. But this first cruise is MSC. Now, this is the brand new ship that we were going to talk about. So there is a sister ship already out called Bellissima. In fact, before we get to them, let's just talk about the cruise line. Yeah. And what are they all about? What are MSC? What can we expect from them?
But Mediterranean Shipping Company, they are the quintessential Mediterranean cruise brand. Yeah. And if you love your Italian food, if you love that style, if you love that modern luxury, these ships are just fantastic. They've got great facilities on board. And this is just an example. Bear in mind, the ship that we're talking about tonight, the Grandiosa, hasn't set sail. This is the sister ship. This is Bellissima.
So it's identical.
It just gives you a flavour of the wonderful gelato, the wonderful wines, the great service that you're going to have on board. And that's the thing, you know, you've got to find your cruise line. There's never any bad cruise line.
Exactly
it's the one that suits you.
Yeah.
So if you do like a champagne bar, then you've got that. If you do want something that's a little bit more futuristic, a little bit more entertaining, then you've got things like Formula One simulators, you've got bowling alleys, you've got great activities on board for the whole family. So you can do as little or as much as you want. If you just want to lounge on the promenade deck, take in the sea air, enjoy the ports, then you can do. If not, then get involved. And with brands like Lego teaming up with MSC, then it just gives you some sort of a flavour that everybody in the family can enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it is great value for money. I'm going to call it value for money because it's less than £90 per person per night. You can, on this particular cruise, we've got an opportunity for you to go at Christmas. You could be going in New Year if you wanted to. There's a special price for a family of 4, a little more than £2,000 for a family of 4. And Planet Cruise will also include, am I right in saying entertainment is Cirque du Soleil?
Yeah.
What?
This isn't just Cirque du Soleil that's been taken from Bellissima and put onto Grandiosa. This is brand new shows that have been put together. And if you haven't seen the performance of Cirque du Soleil, I mean, when I say world class, quite literally, and in fact, our producer this evening, he was actually telling us of the price of tickets that he was trying to get.
What sort of money was he happy to pay?
We're talking a lot of money, you know, some of them in the hundreds.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
with this is included, and we've got some great drinks packages as well, depending on the cabin that you actually...
This is the sort of thing we can expect to see, is it? Wow.
Just fantastic stories,
and so this is the same company, or at least, because I was in Vegas, lucky enough to go to Vegas, and they were doing a Cirque du Soleil show out there.
This is not a tribute.
This
is the same brand.
Yeah.
And they go through the same sort of intensive training.
Wow.
And completely original shows. Completely original. So even if you have been lucky enough to go to Vegas, you'll get the flavour, but you won't get the same content. And the fact that they've put together this at sea...
Hang on, I've got to ask you this, Justin, just to make sure I'm right. That £90 per person per night, am I right in saying that includes the Cirque du Soleil, that includes the Wi-Fi, that includes the tips?
Yes, and if you go for Ocean View and above, you can even get the Easy Drinks package as well, which we'll talk about a little bit more later.
Well, come on, you've heard a little bit there about the cruise line, you've seen some of the world-class entertainment. Let's look at the itinerary, because this is a great way to taste Europe, isn't it? Spain, France, Italy, and even Malta.
Yeah, and, well, you know, Barcelona, fantastic port to set sail from, but your first port that you're going to be able to enjoy is Marseille. Now, I've been lucky enough to actually just spend some time in Provence. I actually drove down to Le Castellet, went to Toulon, and then came back up to Tourette's and into Nice. But Marseille is just fantastic. The harbour side and the cafes and restaurants, it's just picturesque. As you actually sail in, you've got the fantastic rocky prison up on the side, the castle fortress, which is the alleged holding place of the Count of Monte Cristo. This is an area that inspired artists like Van Gogh, Matisse, Picasso. If you want to travel a little bit further afield and do something away from the actual town and the port itself, then you go to the Palace of the Popes and the Pont de Gare Bridge, or just enjoy a lovely caprese salad with a glass of rosé. The rosé in Provence is wonderful.
Just looking at the photographs, I can feel the heat of that southern coast of France. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But then we continue our journey.
Yeah,
and we go to Italy.
Yeah, we're off to Italy in Genoa, and this, well, it's the actual hub of the city, the Via Garibaldi, is the main street of the historic centre of Genoa, and it is just fantastic. There's a lovely lighthouse that's one of the oldest in the area, and it's an important symbol of Genoa, so you want to go to La Lanterna and go to see the lighthouse there, or you can go to the House of Columbus, because this was the birthplace of Christopher Columbus. So there's a museum there with a few archives and artefacts, so it's really great to discover a new town, a new place. This is one of the highlights, though, of the cruise, because we are now going to Rome. Now, you actually dock at the port of Civitavecchia, and then you can transfer in. You can do this on yourself, but I'd always recommend booking a tour. And I know a lot of people think at home, are you recommending that because the company makes money? Well, it is a business, we do have to point that out, but one of the best things is you don't get left behind. So many times, I've actually got a good friend of mine who's a cruise director, and one of his friends was on a cruise and got left behind in Rome because they missed the train on the way back.
Or the taxi, and they get stuck in traffic.
Exactly.
So I agree. As a cruise director on the ships for a number of years, what Justin is saying is absolutely mint. Take the tour. Yeah. It just puts you at ease. You're not even on mainland Italy next. You're off to Sicily. So
yes,
you want to be sure to catch that ship.
Yeah. And all the wonderful sights in Rome. You know, the Colosseum, the Vatican City, the Trevi Fountain. You can do that all in one day. Just ask your specialist when you call tonight about the tour details. Then we're off to Sicily, and I just love this area. I mean, if you love pizza and pasta, of course you're going to love Italy, but the pasta in this particular region is wonderful. It really is. And you know, the Sicilian snacks that you have down there, that whole sort of Mama's special recipe, it really is. Do you know, I actually tasted a pasta recently that actually had vodka in the actual tomato sauce. Oh, and you know, you can't see it at home, but all of the camera crew, they're all looking and going, vodka? Really, with pasta? Just think of a Bloody Mary. It's just amazing.
That's really nasty.
Anyway, then we're off to Malta, and this is just, it's a great little way to round off the end of the cruise, because just going into the harbour side and seeing the rich colours of the stone, it really is fantastic. You can go here to some of the cathedrals and the churches, and head on out. There's even some megalithic and neolithic monuments to be seen as well. That wraps up with a nice relaxing day at sea, and then into Barcelona to finish your cruise.
So as you can see throughout those photographs of what we've seen so far, there's lots you can do. But of course the important bit is you can do as little as you want to do. So if you are going away to rest, you might find that you relax a lot more by watching a movie, or going to see a culinary presentation, or just sitting reading a book and looking at the ocean. It's all up to you. So let's go through what's included and the prices you can expect to pay. So free Cirque du Soleil show, Wi-Fi package and tips all included. This is a Planet Cruise deal. Please don't... If you're wondering why should I go through Planet Cruise, there's a perfect example. Ocean View received the above, plus an easy drinks package and dining. Balcony and above, so you can still go through the different levels. You go for a balcony, you get all of the above, but you also get a premium drinks package as well, and that's your dining too. Family of 4 from 2159. Return flights are from London, but if you want flights from other airports, talk to the team. Just write the number down, 0808 250 2662, and call the team. Any other details, any questions that we haven't answered, call the team. Cruise ID on this one is 187, and that way you can just ask the team any questions you've got, and they know exactly what cruise you're talking about. So let's move on to prices. You can see as little as, what, 679? Crazy value for money, and that's why I'm telling you it can be under £90 per person tonight, and that still includes your Cirque du Soleil. But let's move on to our next cruise. There's lots to do. Now this next one is an interesting title. The cruise line is called The Great Rail Journey. Huh? The Great Rail Journey. This is clearly the one that Justin was talking about at the very start of the show. We brought Lindsay in to help us out on this because it's brand new to us. Lindsay, I'm going to grab a kiss. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate you coming in today. I shook your hand, relax. He's looking at me like I didn't care.
Getting jealous.
The first question I've got to ask you is, well, a little bit about the company, and then how did a rail company get involved with cruising?
Sure. So Great Rail Journeys has been on the go for over 40 years now, and it was originally started up by 2 employees of British Rail that used to organise rail tours just for other British Rail staff. Oh, yeah. And that's how it started. It's just grown and grown into the company that it is today, doing rail tours all over the world. And we did some customer research, and our customers, 38% of our customers told us that they either already river cruised or they intended on river cruising. So at the moment our customers travel with us about every 12 to 18 months, so this is part of our longer term strategy to save our customers going elsewhere for their river cruising. Makes sense. So you're just putting the two together. So what sets you apart from other companies that already do river cruises? So it's the rail element, and when we set this product up, we thought the rail element would be really popular, especially with our existing customers. And we've got the stats to prove that now. So we know that the customers that have booked for 2019 84% of them are travelling out to the ship by rail.
Oh my
Or
goodness.
they're doing a rail tour and a river cruise combination.
And these are the sorts of trains that we could expect to be using, to expect to see on the journeys?
Absolutely, yes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I think one of the greatest things about rail journeys is there's a lot of people that don't fly, whether that's because they don't like to fly or because they can't fly, and just having the opportunity from travelling from the UK on a journey. I always wanted to do Concorde and then the Queen Mary back, or the Orient Express.
Yeah.
And I think this has got the best of both worlds, because you get that railway element, and you know, let's face it, there's a big following for steam engines and railways in the UK, and I think that's probably why it's so popular.
Yeah.
It is, and you can start from your local rail station. So we can book your rail down to St Pancras, where we have a dedicated office, and that's where you'll meet a tour manager who will escort you out to the ship, or will take you on your rail tour before you go on the ship, or vice versa, because you can do our itineraries reverse.
And am I right in saying that this particular one we've got this evening is like 7 days on the cruise, and then we get the 3-day rail journey?
That's right, yes.
Great. So should we look at the cruise first? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's take a moment right now to see what we can expect. We'll have a look around the ship, see the itinerary, so we know where to go. So we're going to go to, what, Amsterdam?
Yeah, and this is a fantastic place to start. I mean, the actual city is just so vibrant culturally. You know, whatever you want to do, whether it's shopping, whether it's the cafe culture, going out to see the tulips and the windmills. There's so much history here with artists and, of course, prominent figures like Anne Frank. So really plenty to see and do here. The great thing is, with Great Rail Journeys, they actually include optional tours. So you can choose which tour that you actually take.
Great.
Tonight, when you actually phone up, ask about the tours, because there's whether there's an excursion to Rhine, which is the inland lake, and you can board a vintage steam train here, so you can really take a step back in time and enjoy that. So do ask when you book tonight. After that, we're off to Cologne. Now, Cologne is one of the first memories I actually have of river cruising myself, and there's a walking tour that you can go on here, and you can have a look at the cathedrals, down the streets and alleys, go to some of the fantastic brauhouses. There's some really strong beer in here, so just be warned. They come in small glasses.
You seem to know about most of the places to drink. Have you noticed that?
And the food as well, bratwurst and bratwurst and currywurst. It's just, you know, just indulge. Then we're off to Koningswinter, and this is a great journey, again on a different railway during the day. So this is across the mountains and high into the forest, so you get gorgeous views of the Rhine and the Westphalia region of Germany. So if you really want, I would say that with cruising, if you love city breaks, this is the best, because you just pop in and out and you get a flavour of the place that you might want to go back to.
So am I right in thinking that during the day we're in the port, and then in the evenings we just gently make our way down the river, we're eating dinner, enjoying whatever may happen in the evenings, and just looking out and enjoying the views? It's fabulous.
Now we're off to the winemaking region. This is where it gets absolutely stunning for the vistas. And one of the things with river cruising is when you're out at sea on a proper ocean cruise, it's just miles and miles of ocean. But this, the views, the vistas, it is literally just outside of your balcony in your cabins. Incredible, it really is absolutely stunning. You get to see the Rhine Gorge here and get a great commentary from the cruise director as well. There's also a lovely lunch that's served particularly on this day, and well, there's a few other surprises as well along the way. Then we're off to Heidelberg and Speyer. Now this is, if you love your museums, and particularly if you love anything to do with engineering, you'll love this one, because there's the largest privately owned collection of vehicles in the world.
Wow.
And it's the Technic Museum Speyer. There's a jumbo jet in there, there's army vehicles, there's emergency vehicles, there's a submarine, a whole treasure trove of vehicles. I'll be straight on that.
It sounds like your cup of tea, doesn't it?
Right up my street. Later in the afternoon, there's an excursion that you can go to the academic town of Heidelberg, and there's a guided tour there. So again, just wandering the streets and seeing a little bit of the rich history and culture. Then we're off to Strasbourg. Now this is a great opportunity to sail down the river and see the German town of Hell on the way. And this is just, it really is one of those places, just photos. I mean, look at the photos that you've got there.
Gorgeous.
Really is fantastic. There's two different choices here. You can go to Strasbourg, or there is a chance to go along one of the most famous Black Forest roads as well, and just take in some of the countryside.
Great.
Then this is where...
Ask a quick question as well. So, Lindsay, am I right in saying then during all of this, while we're enjoying this cruise, all the food's included, yeah? Meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner,
yeah,
it's all included?
Yeah,
fantastic.
so breakfast, lunch, 4-course lunch, 5-course dinner.
Oh, fantastic. And just enjoy the ship, enjoy the journey, enjoy that smooth water all the way down there too.
And don't forget, of course, the actual ship that you're going to be on board, the Amadeus, you know, you're only talking 168 passengers. It's a ship that was built in 2016. You know, it's a small, intimate ship where you get to know people. Only 4 decks, so not a massive, sprawling ship, and just perfect for this type of cruising.
Wow, yeah, just fantastic. Here we're looking at the ship right now. And bear in mind, there are 3 of these now. So am I right in saying that you have 3 ships
That's right,
now?
we've chartered 3 for this year.
Wow.
And even more for next year. And they're just lovely ships. They're 5-star. They're so contemporary in the decor. And they're just a really lovely environment to be around. Of course, you're never that far from the shore either. So
and the vast majority of
plenty to see.
2019 sold out.
Yeah, it sold out really quickly. It's really popular, not only with our existing customers but with new customers. But we're on sale now for 2020, and that's going really well as well. So
Great. But of course we haven't finished because we've now got 3 days of the rail journey. And am I right saying a part of this is the Glacier experience? Do you want to talk us through the next 3 days?
Yeah, so when you leave the ship, you go to Zermatt, where you spend 2 nights in Zermatt. So after your first night, you go on the Gornergrat Mountain Railway, which takes you over 4,800 feet up the mountain with fantastic scenery, and you get to a viewing point at the top where you can see the Matterhorn.
So you actually get out and you go to like an observation deck?
Yeah.
Wow!
Really spectacular views up there. And then you go back to Zermatt, where you get a tour of Zermatt as well, which is a beautiful place to be. You stay in a 4-star hotel, and then the next day you board the Glacier Express, which takes you all the way to Kür. And the journey itself on the Glacier Express is spectacular in itself. So you can imagine you're going through the Swiss Alps and you're going over viaducts and through tunnels, and the scenery is just amazing. You get to Kür and you overnight in Kür, and then that's when you rail back to the UK the next day.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Come on, I bet there's a lot of people going, this is exactly what I want. So you got the best. What were the names you used? You call it Rail and Sail? And
Rail and Sail, yeah.
Great idea, love that. Now we've got some great deals lined up for you. In fact, Planet Cruise have £300, what is it, deposit only of £310. If you do want to travel first class, then it's £300 more if you'd like to go first class. We'll go through all of these in a moment, but you guys have a special deal available as well. I'm right in saying there's another £100 per person off?
That's right, that's £100 per person off the cabin upgrades, so selected cabin upgrades.
Yeah, so subject to availability,
for 2020 cruises.
So call in on this one as soon as you can. So 3-night hotel accommodation and a 7-night cruise. The services of a professional UK tour manager, as Lindsay told us, from London and from Basel to London. All rail and coach travel throughout the tour. Unique, flexible excursions. 10 breakfasts, your 6 lunches, and your 9 dinners included as well. So please don't miss out on this. And here are the prices. You can see the variety of prices that are available to you. And don't forget, there are all sorts of discounts available, so just call the team. The cruise ID for this one is 205270. 205270. Lindsay, let me just take the opportunity to say thank you for coming in. Really appreciate your company.
It's been a pleasure.
That is a very exciting new opportunity for Planet Cruise. So we're all very excited. Now, we've got lots more coming your way. I don't want you to miss out on these deals. That was only our second of 6 main deals. But coming up next, we've got the incredible all-inclusive. Now, stay with us on this one, because this is an all-inclusive. It even includes the tips. And if you haven't cruised before, you may not realise that often at the end of the cruise, you're told you've got to pay this to the waiters, this to the cabin stewards, and it goes on and on and on and on. All included on this particular deal. And this is Pullmantur. This is the Canaries and Madeira. So let's take a moment right now, see the cruise line, and find out a little more from Justin.
Yeah, you know, this is just fantastic for those of you who like smaller ships, because what Pullmantur are doing, you probably recognise the silhouette of this actual ship itself. They take cruise ships from other cruise lines and they refurbish them, and this has been refurbished to such a high standard. I can't emphasise this enough. We're expecting this to be very popular tonight, because, I mean, the Canaries on a smaller ship at this price and all-inclusive.
Yeah.
It's the perfect combination. And, you know, going to places like Funchal and Madeira and seeing, you know, some of the beautiful botanical gardens that you've got there, going to unique landscapes as well. And we can never say guarantee, but it's usually pretty good weather in the Canaries.
And if you're already looking at this thinking, oh, I wish, I couldn't afford that, Paul, under £93 per person per night. So really consider this. Listen to what we've got. Come on, let's get on the itinerary and find out a little more about the ports of call. So we're going to start this one off from Santa Cruz?
Yeah, you've got a relaxing day at sea to make the most of the ship, and then we're into Madeira. Now, Madeira is one of my favourite ports. It's actually one of the last ports I actually sailed out of, and a fantastic sail away. Here, you've got to go and see the flower market. There's the wonderful bird of paradise flowers that you can get. Of course, Madeira wine, Madeira cake. There's plenty of gifts to be buying.
Do they still do the toboggan?
Yes, I was just going to say the wicker basket.
I didn't know if they would. You know, I think everything's got PC these days.
Or health and safety man. It's one of those things. Sean actually did it just recently.
Oh,
so I kept on going on to, you've got to do it, you've got to do it.
It's hilarious. It's so much fun.
It's great fun. But then we're off to La Palma, and, well, this is just the perfect tonic. A slightly smaller, green, lush island that you've got here. It's actually known as the beautiful green island, or La Isla Bonita y Verde. And you can see why. Wander the streets, colonial houses, volcanic craters. It's just a lovely island.
Yeah.
Then we're off to a classic. You've probably been here in your family holidays. Lanzarote. You've got the world-famous national park, which is home to the Montañas del Fuego, or the Mountains of Fire. It really does look like a lunar landscape that you've got here. Fantastic water sports. If you fancy having a go at windsurfing, then you can do here. But if you do something a little bit more relaxing, this is that was the grotto of Cesar Manrique. And this is a personal recommendation from a good friend of mine. There's a lovely little restaurant just down at the end.
Oh, right.
And it's something it's just a wonderful experience that you'll never get to do again.
Yeah,
really is.
Not done that myself.
Then we're off to Fuerteventura. Now, this is, well, there's a 10-kilometre long beautiful beach. What else could you wish for? You've got fantastic sand dunes here. So if you do fancy just, you know, wandering, then you can do. And also, there's some lovely little villages. Yeah, it's just it depends on what you want to do. If you want to get a taxi, go out. I just wander the beach. Just find somewhere, find a nice little spot, and just enjoy. Then we're off to Gran Canaria. Again, here, one of the most famous things to do is visit the Bandama crater, and this is 3,000-foot high crater, which just, I mean, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. The beaches are great as well, especially down in Maspalomas. Again, another good windsurfing spot as well. You finish off in Tenerife, and, well, for 7 nights in the Canaries, all-inclusive, on a beautiful ship. This is just going to absolutely fly tonight.
Yeah, fantastic looking. Look, you can imagine, for £93 per person per night, I mean, think of the hotel you might get in the UK. You just can't compare. And, of course, that includes your entertainment. Well, this is all-inclusive, so not just your food, it includes your booze as well. All of your entertainment, even your tips are included, so you could literally go on this holiday and spend £93 a day. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, really is. And, you know, when you actually look at the ship itself, which has been recently refurbished, then, you know, you look at the standards you get, and, you know, the actual ship itself, 1,800 guests maximum, 620 crew. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah, really good size, perfect size. So lots included for you on this particular deal. Your ID number is 184418. 184418. As you heard us saying, it is all inclusive. Dates available on this one are November through December this year, so you haven't got to wait a year to go. It can be this year. It is deposit only. Tips are included, so you can literally spend that £93 per person per night. And your single special, fantastic, that's $7.29. That really, because often what happens is they double it, and they can put 2 people in the cabin. So often it gets doubled. That would be £1,200, $7.29, very affordable. And that's your return flights from London. Transfers not included, but can be added. Just again, write down the phone number or go to planetcruise.com and talk to the team. Let's go through the prices and see. Very affordable from $6.49, and you've got the choice. You want inside, outside, junior suites, or do you prefer to go for just on your own as a single? It's phenomenal opportunities. Lots of dates available all the way through November and December of this year. Now, lots more coming your way. We're about to move on to our 4th cruise, but before we do that, let's share with you the early bird deal. Now, the early bird deal. Oh, one of my favourites. This is the Fjords.
Yeah, and with P&O as well, and it's on a brand new ship as well. Deposits from just £1 per person, terms and conditions apply. But look at the itinerary there. Over to Stavanger, Olden and Ålesund and Bergen. It is just a brilliant week away. If you've never done the Fjords, this is a great opportunity for you to do that.
Yeah, don't miss out on it. It really is. 18 years at sea, and that's one of my favourite all-time cruises. It's a great opportunity, and of course, your cruise line as well.
Yes, yeah.
Now, there's lots more coming your way. I don't want you to miss out. We're now going to take the opportunity to show you our hotspot. So let's have a look at the hotspot in more deals, because there's lots coming your way. As you can see, this one, Holland America, which certainly one of my favourite cruise lines. I was lucky enough to go there and travel. Some of the food on that ship was the best I ever had at sea. Lovely, lovely trip. 16 nights around the Caribbean. In fact, you can double this one up. So you do the Western, you can also do the Eastern, and so you can make it a 32-day cruise if you wish. But let's take a moment right now to have a look at what Holland America is all about.
Well, I was going to say, as a passenger, you should be telling me.
Oh,
they are great, aren't they?
I loved it. Absolutely did love it. And in fact, I would say that the trip we did was this. I got photographs of Helen and I at Half Moon Cay, which is like their own island.
Yeah.
So it is phenomenal. It's part of the Bahamas. You got the opportunity on this to do like Jamaica. You've got some of the classics like San Juan in Puerto Rico, St. Thomas for shopping. We'll do the itinerary in a moment. But wonderful ship, great entertainment.
Yeah, and when you're saying about the food, you know, you've got the main dining room, you've got the Pinnacle Grill, you've got a real rich flavour of taste that you can choose. And so many different things that you can do on board. Again, you know, you can do as little or as much as you want. I think for some of you, I mean, the Caribbean, it's all about the beaches. But, you know, perhaps if you want to have a day away from that, then there is a great entertainment programme and something for everybody.
And this is great, because you have got a few days at sea on this. And when you're in the Caribbean, I promise you, when you get off on the islands, you're going to go out and do things. You might go to the beach, you might go to town, you might go shopping, you might go see an old castle, because, you know, the pirates and all those things is available for you historically. But a day at sea, to feel that Caribbean breeze blowing over your skin, jumping in the hot tub, jumping in the pool to chill out. And of course, you can use the ship, you can go play golf, you can go read a book in the cool. There's so much to do, I promise you. And this one, because that's 16 nights, works out at £85 per person tonight. 85.
Yeah.
It is so incredibly affordable.
But the actual drinks package, this is exclusive. You're not going to find this anywhere else apart from with Planet Cruise.
Is that part of the all-inclusive?
That is part of it. And this,
even though it's a Caribbean cruise?
It's a Caribbean cruise, which traditionally in the market, they don't do. So
phenomenal.
If you want to find out more about that package, give us a call tonight and ask your cruise specialist for more details.
I bet this one goes crazy. I'm gonna make this top tip. Call as soon as you can on this one. Call as soon as you can. Cruise ID's down there, 217-215. Don't miss out on it. Let's go on the itinerary. Let's show you exactly where you get to enjoy. Am I right in saying we're flying to Fort Lauderdale, Miami?
Yeah. And then
can we stay there a few nights before we get going if we want?
The thing with Planet Cruise is we are a specialist. So
yeah.
if there is a way to do it, then ask and we will find out for you. And that's the best thing. You know, we can package and tailor deals to suit your mood and suit your budget as well.
It's a great part of the USA.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can remember flying in here to pick up a ship for the first time. The first night out, America is just fantastic. There's so many different facets to the United States. And Fort Lauderdale, great climate, great restaurants. There was a surf and turf place here that was just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And of course, I love it's South Beach, isn't it, where you've got all of the Art Deco buildings and the neon lights.
Yeah.
Just go down there at night, you know, hope to see a big pink Cadillac and somebody in a Hawaiian shirt. You know, it's just living the dream.
Yeah.
But the first port of call that we have on this cruise is we're off to Key West. And this, if you love your arts, if you love just vibrance, you're going to love this one. It's a great place just to have a wander. There's great history here, so if you want to go and see where some of the presidents of Eisenhower, Kennedy, Carter and Clinton have lived, in particular President Harry Truman as well, then you can go and see that. But for me, it was just the best fudge shop ever. I'm not too sure whether it's still there. I always used to remember going into Key West, and if I couldn't get off the ship, I used to send somebody to get this fudge and bring it back, and I used to keep it in the fridge, and I used to buy the biggest block possible with the intent of making it last, you know, the cruise. and within about 3 hours it was gone.
I'm confident we can find a lot more to do than think of fudge. God, it is a gorgeous part of the world.
I can remember there was actually a candle workshop here as well that used to come up with some of the greatest creations as well. It's the weirdest things you remember, isn't it?
Then we're going to get a day at sea, so you can start to chill out before we hit Grand Cayman.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, Grand Cayman, what do you do in Grand Cayman? You can go to hell, quite literally. There's a place that's called Hell, and it's got this sort of volcanic, it's almost a little bit like probably Coral Reef. And there's a post office there, and you can send a postcard from Hell. There's a turtle farm where you can go and see turtles at all different stages of their lives. There's Stingray City. There's 7 Mile Beach. There's great restaurants. It really is a brilliant place. Really, really great place. Then we're off to Jamaica. We're off to Ochos Rios. And straight away, if you love your reggae music, I mean, straight away, you're in the birthplace. You're in Bob Marley country. So there's plenty of tours that you can go to. Just imagine the steel drums playing in the background and that wonderful reggae beat. Of course, you can go to Dunstan Falls there. You can do some of the James Bond stuff, because, of course, this is where Ian Fleming had his house. So that's particularly relevant at the moment.
If you are going to do the falls, the top tip, don't drink the rum until you get to the top. Okay, I mean it. Don't do it. We found out the hard way. Don't drink the rum until you get to the top. So you climb all the way up through the falls. Ocho Rios means 8 rivers. So there's lots of water gushing down to it. It's really, really good fun. It's all very, very safe and well done. But when you get to the top, then you can enjoy your rum, your Jamaican rum.
It's great. Lovely, relaxing day at sea. And then you particularly like this one, Half Moon Cay.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to go here. Half Moon Cay is like a private island. Well, not like a private island. It is a private island owned by Holland America. And so they get to give you the opportunity to go ashore and you get to have a barbecue. It's like a ship's party. Yeah. And there's all sorts of water sports, so you can go horse riding, you can go out on the little boats, you can go out on the pedalos, you can do what it is that's fun for you, and they'll provide all the food. It's just gorgeous.
I've got to just introduce this as well, just as a little bit of an idea. They have a chapel on the island, which can seat 20 people. And if you're thinking about getting married, combining a marriage and then the honeymoon, or perhaps if you're renewing your vows, then that'll be a great opportunity to do that.
This is one of my all-time favourite photos. I wish I brought it with us, but Half Moon Cay, a picture of Helen and I, it was before we were married, just dating, so it took decades ago. But we are there holding a ring. You know, they do all the usual things, ship's photographer. Just phenomenal. It's one of my all-time favourite photographs of us. Anyway, let's move on. We have the opportunity then to go to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, shopping. Can you remember the shopping?
Big time.
Sawgrass Mills. Literally, I mean, other shopping malls are available.
Plaza de las Americas.
Yes, and we used to get a taxi and we'd just go out with an empty suitcase and come back with all the fantastic clothing lines that you can get in America.
Yeah.
Relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to Turk. I'm thinking of Star Trek. Anyway, you've got Gibbs Cay here, you've got the lighthouse, you've got Cockburn Town as well. Again, it's one of those places, it's got a very relaxed feel. I mean, it's the Caribbean after all, but it's very much a water sports day if you want to just sit and lounge by the pool if you want. Then we're off to St Thomas. Great for duty free here.
We missed San Juan.
Oh, sorry, San Juan. Yes.
I love San Juan. How could you miss San Juan? I spent 2 years sailing out of San Juan. That was our home port for 2 years. Where the ships dock, you're literally 5-minute walk from the old castles, everything you'd expect when you see Bacardi adverts, that sort of thing. And it is sensational. The old city is fabulous. It's literally a 5-minute walk away. But if you want to go to this area where you're looking at right now is where all the casinos are, just jump in a taxi, take you about 10 minutes in a cab. The beaches are phenomenal. And if you've got the whole day there, you can jump in a cab and go to the south side of the island, and that's where you see those beaches you've just seen in those photographs. Beautiful. Love San Juan. Love Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
You like a little Bacardi?
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
A little cigar as well?
No, I never smoked. No, I never did that. And then we're off to St Thomas.
Yes, St
US
Thomas.
Virgin Islands.
Yes, and this was actually voted by National Geographic.
That was it.
Magens Bay.
Magens Bay.
Yeah, just
Magens Bay,
absolutely stunning.
Top 10 beach in the world.
Yeah, and they've got some great new facilities as well. There's the Sky Ride to Paradise Point, which is a modern aerial cable car, and you can go up there. It's 7 feet above sea level, and the vistas up there are just absolutely fantastic. You can actually get at the top. There's a load of boutiques, and you can try the famous bushwhacker drink.
Yeah.
just fantastic.
And if you don't want to go to some of these larger beaches that we're looking at right now, a nice little hideaway, Secret Harbour it's called. Secret Harbour is a hotel. You've got a hotel
Imaginative
there,
name.
but you can get up to lots there. It's a gorgeous place. You love it. Secret Harbour. Write that one down if you've been to the Caribbean before.
What sort of secrets does the harbour hold?
All of this under £85 per person per night. Under £85 per. Then another relaxing day at sea.
Yeah, and bear in mind, you know, obviously this is back to back, so you get a chance to go back into Half Moon Cay as well. So, you know, again, it's one of the longest Caribbean trips that I have seen that's all-inclusive. And remember, that is exclusive to us at Planet. And for all of those details, just give us a call tonight and check it out, because the actual value for money on going on such a great cruise line, going to such great destinations, the ability to, you know, if you do want to chop and change and add nights on at the beginning or the end, just ask us, and if we can, then we will.
Write that phone number down, because we've already got about 20 minutes left with you. So, exclusive free beverage package included, and again, that is rare in the Caribbean. A one-night hotel stay in Fort Lauderdale. You can extend that if you wish. You could add more days at the end if you wish. Write the phone number down, talk to the team. If you've never cruised before, that is certainly one I'd recommend. If you've not been to the Caribbean before, that's certainly one I'd recommend. Incredible new back-to-back Caribbean sailings. You can see it's like 2 cruises added together. Return flights from London, plus all your overseas transfers. Itineraries vary between the eastern and the western and the eastern, so it could be, you know, the other way around. Write down the ID number for this one, 214601. And let's take the opportunity as well to show the prices. That is so affordable. For 16 nights, that is so affordable. I'm being told the code I had was wrong, so let me share the code with you. 217215, apologies. The one I've got written down is wrong. So we'll show you that again. There you go. Bottom left-hand side, new sailings become... There you go, that's the correct number, I'm being told. 217215, apologies for that, 217215. So let's go back to the prices. Very, very affordable. Write down the phone number or go to planetcruise.com, or again, you can go to wideworld.tv, put Planet Cruise in our search engine, and it will take you through to that. So let's move on now to a luxury corner. There's lots coming your way. I'm being told we've got a hot pick first. Let's squeeze in a hot pick. So lots of cruises we're squeezing in for you. Please don't miss out on this one. So let's have a quick look at this hot pick and find out exactly what we've got available for you. So from as little as $899, 7 nights, the Aegean. Another one I was lucky enough to do for 2 years. I went round and round and round the Aegean out of Istanbul. Let's take an opportunity to have a look at this. I think you're going to fall madly in love with this one. Well, so this is Celestial, is that right? Yeah, this has got to be one of the most popular cruise lines that we've had of recent times. It's previously been a bestseller, and when I say a bestseller, sold out, because it's just a great cruise line. It's Greek-owned, and one of the great things with having a Greek cruise line in the Greek islands is they know what they're doing. The horse of Troy. Yeah, well, I'm going to let you just run wild with this, because I know that, you know, your memories of Greece is absolutely fantastic. But you get that flavour on board. It's a family feel. I was lucky enough to actually visit this ship in Crete. And the people on board, the crew, were just simply fantastic. But if you've ever wanted to go to the likes of Santorini, you'll know, if you've looked into it, how hard it is to get a stay in a hotel for just 1 or 2 nights. Yeah. But this cruise line can stay overnight. Because of the size of the ship, because of the connections that they have, you get to experience the sunset or the sunrise in these beautiful locations. You just get that feel. If you've ever heard of Mykonos, it's like a hidden gem. Yeah. It really is. It's amazing nightlife in Mykonos, but in the day it's the most relaxing and the most beautiful. It really is a great opportunity, and it's no wonder why this has been a best-selling cruise in previous shows. And am I right in saying that this one's all-inclusive as well? All-inclusive as well. That's and we're not talking unbranded spirits.
It is, well, your local beers, so your mythos, you're going to get to indulge in, but, you know, good quality.
And tours even included in Istanbul, Crete and Santorini, so incredible value for money. Let's take a moment to go through the itinerary for you, and I will share some of the hints and tips of things that I loved when I was out there.
Yeah, first of all, you're going to be heading out to Athens, and your first port of call, you're actually going to be having an overnight, and that is Istanbul. Now, straight away, you know, I'd recommend getting up early when you sail out of here. You know, on the banks of the Bosphorus, just seeing the Hagia Sophia and the wonderful Grand Bazaar as well. I mean, it has been the scene of many a James Bond film, but if you want to go in there, indulge in a little bit of retail therapy, it's just the sights and the sounds. You know, the street, the hawker markets where they're cooking up street food, and you're going to get to see it in the day and in the night. And I know that you're a massive fan of overnights on board.
Yeah, this is a particularly interesting city. Obviously, this used to be called Constantinople. So if you heard that term, that's what Istanbul is today. And you have got the opportunity to walk into Istanbul. So where you dock, you literally get off the ship, you walk down the pier. Obviously, I don't know which particular part of the pier you're on, so it may be a short distance or a long pier. But either way, you can still walk along the pier and make your way into town. You have the opportunity to go into the main centre, lots of restaurants there, you feel the nightlife, very, very exciting. The bridge that you keep looking at there, they're taking you down the Bosphorus, which is really, really interesting. I took the wife up there, up the Bosphorus a couple of times. Fantastic river, beautiful views. I'm confident you'll absolutely love it. And you've also got the opportunity to say, get up early in the morning, and as you sail out and you make your way into the large body of water, then you're going to pass. Well, that's the Dolmabahce Palace you've got there, but you'll pass Hagia Sophia, one of the giant mosques, and of course the Blue Mosque too. So just phenomenal.
Yeah. What was the name of the
Give me a clue.
I want to say nurse. I completely forgot.
The nurse?
Yes, there's the story that on the banks of the Bosphorus, there's the hospital or the monastery where Florence Nightingale.
Oh right, phenomenal.
Yeah. There you go.
Lots. See, you learned a little bit.
There in the end. There in the end.
So there you go. You get to overnight there, which is just phenomenal, and it really is a phenomenal city, and you can get in town very easily. From there, then we make our way through Çanakkale. Now this is the Dardanelles. That's the way to explain this. You may have heard of that. Very famous from World War I.
Yes.
Where obviously the Brits and the Anzacs, the Australians, the New Zealanders were all fighting the war, and I'm sure the cruise director will probably get on the PA and talk about it. But about 12 miles away is the ancient city of Troy. That's why we keep seeing the horse there. So Çanakkale is your best way to hear all about ancient Troy. Phenomenal city. It's very small. If you get to go ashore, very, very small there. Some nice fish restaurants. The fish is all fresh though, straight out, so you might want to consider that.
They're into Volos, and this has got
Greece.
one of the largest promenades, and it is just absolutely fantastic. Particularly of note, there's a lot of churches here with some fantastic frescoes.
Yeah.
So, you know, whether you're religious or not, I think sometimes it's lovely to go and see.
The monastery you're looking at there, you can get to it. You will need to take a tour to go to the monastery. That is inland, and it's really, really worth the journey. If it's beaches that you're after, in Volos themselves the beaches aren't particularly great, but if you go north of there, phenomenal beaches. You'll absolutely love it. But if you're thinking, I just want to wander around and get a feel for Greece, or maybe go and get some souvlaki, something of that nature, then just wander around the town. Easy enough to do.
Then we're off to Heraklion and we're off to Crete. Now this is history. It's just there for you. You know, when you hear these great fables of the Minotaur, half man and half... What was it?
Knossos Palace. There it is. Knossos Palace. That's the one, Knossos Palace. Really worth a visit to that. You can take the ship's tour if you want to get... It's one of the biggest islands, if not the biggest island, in the Mediterranean. It's just giant. You get to really taste the Greek way of life, but there's a lot of history and a lot of culture there. So try to take in some of the history on that particular island. Then, without doubt, two of my favourites, Santorini, which is actually, a lot of people believe that Santorini is the lost city
of Atlantis.
Of Atlantis, that's right, because it's a volcanic island.
Yeah, and they're some fantastic artefacts. But I mean, you look at that, it's the quintessential picture postcard of Greece. And those wonderful blue roofs and the whitewashed walls. All I'll say is, it's very difficult to have an overnight, just one night, in Santorini. And if you're going out in Mykonos, I'm telling you now, it's a great place.
Yeah, and then we go off to Athens, as well. And Athens is a really, really fun place to be. Where you'll be docking will probably be Piraeus.
Yes.
And so you just jump in a cab about 20 minutes away, and then you've got the opportunity to go and enjoy the great city. But if you don't want to go all the way up into Athens, then you're welcome to stay in Piraeus. Plenty to do there. Got a lovely marina area. And again, if you just want to go out for a Greek meal, enjoy a Greek restaurant, very simple and easy to do, and you'll enjoy those Mediterranean breezes blowing across you. So 2 overnights on that, Mykonos and Istanbul.
Yeah, and lovely size ship as well. She's only 25,000 tonnes, so just over 1,000 passengers.
So great ship, that particular one. All inclusive, and that includes tips as well. That includes your booze, so really, really phenomenal value for money. You can spend more time in Athens if you'd like. Again, talk to the team. Free excursions in Istanbul, Crete and Santorini. Return flights from London. Transfers not included, but they can be added. Again, talk to the team. They'll take care of that for you. And you can add that longer stay in Athens if you would like to. Well worth it. If you're there, why not do it? And then, of course, prices. A variety of prices, lots of dates available, October and November this year, and of course you've got April, May, September and October of next year as well. Then we've got the drinks package, so selected spirits, beers, cocktails. You've got your Greek flavoured ouzo drinks too, you want to get some of those down your neck. Non-alcoholic cocktails included, wide range of beverages, espressos, cappuccinos, teas, hot coffees and chocolates as well. Well, still got more to get through, so I've got to be very quick now. Right now, we'd like to tell you a little more about our luxury corner offer.
Yeah, and this is with Azamara, and well, we talked about the Caribbean earlier on, but this is a 9-night cruise, including a 3-night Miami Beach hotel stay. All of your flights are included. You get to visit some of the most luxurious places of the Caribbean. We're talking St. Bart's, St. Martin, Antigua, St. Kitts, Virgin Gorda and San Juan. This is a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, don't miss out on that. That's Luxury Corner. And our final cruise, the 6th cruise that we're going to share with you this evening, is Costa Cruises. I was lucky enough to spend my first 6 years cruising with Costa. Absolutely love them. We're going to take a moment right now to show you around the ship so you can see what you can expect from this Italian cruise line.
Yeah, some great restaurants on board actually. You've got the Raffaello, which is a really chic restaurant with formal dining, but then you've got the Michelangelo, which is an elegant restaurant, which is more aimed towards seafood. There's something for everybody, and it's great for the families again. You've got all of the different activities on board, and well, you know, Costa, it's an Italian cruise line, fantastic pizzas. One of the things that I like about this is you get all of that great luxury on board the ship, but we're heading out to what, well, is just one area of the world that I think is simply, if you haven't done it yet, you've got to tick it off the list, because Malaysia, and in particular Singapore, is phenomenal.
Yeah, and in fact the nice thing about this is you get all the way out to Singapore, and then you get to spend a couple of nights there first, don't you? So you can really enjoy Singapore. Again, lucky enough to have gone because we worked out there. So let's just share a little bit about Singapore for you, because you get 2 nights there.
Which one to start?
Orchard Road. And
Raffles.
Yeah, the new hotel that's there.
Yeah, well, because they've actually just...
Sands Bay, is it? Sands Bay?
Marina, yeah, Marina Sands. They've
Bay,
just actually refurbished
there it is.
Raffles. And, well, you know, Marina Bay Sands, let's just say shopping, oh yeah. The Anderson Bridge as well, the fantastic gardens by the bay. At night, it transforms. You can walk around the actual shorelines there where you see the Merl line, but you just get fantastic quality. To be fair, Clark Quay is the party place. There's some great nightclubs there. There's some great hawker markets as well. The street food is phenomenal. When I say phenomenal, I'm talking Michelin star.
Yeah.
There's some really great restaurants out here, including Morton's. One of the
Enjoy Singapore.
Steakhouse.
And then you're going to take the journey up through the Malacca Straits. And it will take you up to Langkawi. Beautiful.
Yeah, we're off to Malaysia. Well, there's actually 99 islands that are just lying off the northwest coast of the peninsula. And it's brilliant. You can go on there's some little river cruises and mangrove cruises here. There's a cable car that you can head up into the mountains. And, of course, Eagle Square as well, which is the most prominent landmark in Langkawi. Then we're off to have an overnight in Phuket. Now, well, it's the beaches, isn't it? Go to Patong Beach. Yeah. You've got the sort of contrast where in the daytime you can do all the temples. You can see the sights that you see in the James Bond films and perhaps films like The Beach as well. You've got that serenity, but then you've got fun. I mean, it's just great. Go to Koh Phi Phi, go to Patong Beach. There is James Bond Island there as well, so you can do all of that. Then we're off to Penang, staying with Malaysia, and this is, well, a great island. It's actually rich and quite cosmopolitan now, but back in the day, it was covered in undergrowth, and the legend has it is that the guys fired a cannon full of gold coins and scattered it into the undergrowth, and all the locals had to go through and find the coins, and it cleared all of the actual the land itself. It's actually quite peaceful in certain parts. There's a fantastic butterfly farm that's here, and also go to Georgetown, which is a particular note.
And then you're lucky enough to go to Kuala Lumpur, or KL, as a lot of people call it.
Yeah.
Petronas Towers.
Yeah, Petronas Towers. Petronas Towers. Petronas. You've got the Sky Bridge there as well. You've got some fantastic mosques there. It's a little bit of a transfer time in from the actual port itself. So again, do ask about the tours that are available, because it is a fantastic capital. It really is. So please do make sure that you venture out and go and see it.
And then back to Singapore to end that cruise. So again, you've got an overnight there, and even this works out under £100 per person per night. So it really is incredible value for money. Cruise ID on this one is 202527. Those ID numbers are always handy, so if you're going to call the team afterwards and you share that, or if you decide to put that item number into the Planet Cruise website, then it will find that cruise for you straight away. This is also deposit only. So December of this year, or all the way through February of next year, 2-night stay, a 4-star hotel in Singapore, and I'm confident you'll fall madly in love with Singapore. Overnight in Phuket, which is Thailand. 7-night cruising on board the Costa Fortuna, and I loved the Italian hospitality. They just got it nailed. Great food as well. And then, of course, return flights too. Then we've got our pricing, very, very affordable. Again, bear in mind, this is £100 per person per night. Inside, outside, balcony or suite. Go for the best that you can afford. This will be the cruise of a lifetime. Now, do you think we can whiz through some of these cruises and give a little overview?
Yeah, we'll give it a go. It's been a while.
Come on then, I'll let you start. You start on our first one.
Well, first of all, we had that brand new ship from MSC. A great opportunity to see the Cirque du Soleil shows, a great Wi-Fi package, and depending on the cabin that you book, even the easy drinks package included as well. ID number for that one is 174187.
Then we had great rail journeys. That's when Lindsay was kind enough to pop in tonight and give us lots of information about the great ships, but in addition to that, your rail journeys. So 7 nights on the river, 3 nights on those amazing trains, including the Glacier Express, and of course lots of deals available on that. Call the team, because there's £300 deposit only, or £310 deposit only, but you can get £300 extra for first class, £100 off per person, all sorts of things, and there's even a Marks and Spencer's voucher to be had. So call the team and ask for more information. Cruise ID is 205270.
Yeah, then we were off to Pullmantur, a lovely small ship, and around the Canaries, a great price for single travellers, coming in at just $729, and there's the magic words, all inclusive.
Yeah.
Make sure you get on this one. It's 184418. Call us tonight to find out more.
Next was Holland America and the Veendam. This is the one I told you I was lucky enough to cruise on, and the food was magnificent. This works out less than £85 per person per night. Planet Cruise exclusive is the drinks package. It sounds like I've had some. That is included, which is phenomenal. It's great itinerary. That's the east and the west put together. 16 nights, brilliant value for money. Cruise ID on that one is 217215. 217215.
Then we had a previous bestseller with Celestyal. Now, if you want to do the Greek islands, there's no other better company than to do it with Celestyal. ID number on this one is 214601. You get excursions included with this as well, and all-inclusive.
And then finally, that's 6 years of my life on board Costa Cruise ships, and here they are, still going very, very strong. In fact, probably about 20 cruise ships in their fleet now. They're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They are phenomenal. And one of my favourite itineraries, going all the way up to the Far East. You get to enjoy Malaysia as well as Singapore, and of course you've got Thailand too. Under £100 per person per night, so brilliant value for money.
Now, of course, don't forget, if you haven't seen the Cruise of Your Dreams tonight, take a look at our website, because there's so many great offers on there and so much more information about cruising. You know, if you've never cruised before and you thought tonight, you know, I fancy trying some of that, we've got some great deals, but give us a call, because if you can't find what you want, we can sometimes put together bespoke packages to suit what your budget is or where you want to go and what you want to see.
Yeah, I would say if you're thinking, oh, I might, at least call them and say, come on, get me one of your brochures. I want one of those brochures. Have a chat with the team and get one of those sent out. I'm sure you're going to love it. Hey, Justin, a big thanks to you. Really appreciate your company this evening.
Absolute pleasure.
It's like a little trip down memory lane tonight. Again, there's your brochure, lots of information, lots of things that you can read about in there. Go to the website, all the information's available. But the Planet Cruise team are experts, so they've all got lots and lots of experience. So feel free to call them. Again, you can go to Planet Cruise, get their phone number that way, or you can go to Wide World, put Planet Cruise in, and the 6 deals that we shared tonight will be available on our website for a limited amount of time. So from Justin and I, see you soon. Thanks for your company. Back next week at 8 o'clock.
Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content, like this click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.